Hey Raiders Nation, let's dive right into the excitement surrounding our Las Vegas Raiders as we gear up for another intense matchup. Last season, we saw flashes of brilliance, the highs and lows of football, and now the team is back with one goal in mind, making noise in the AFC West and proving that they belong in the conversation for the top spots. This division has never looked as open as it does right now, and if you're a Raider, that's something to get fired up about. It's a chance to rise, a chance to show the league that we are contenders, and every game matters when the margin for error is this thin. One of the biggest questions heading into this next game is at quarterback. Who will step up under center, and how will they handle the pressure? There's always a lot riding on that position. And for the Raiders, it's about more than just making the routine throws. It's about commanding the offense, creating opportunities, and taking what the defense gives you without forcing plays. In previous games, we've seen moments where things didn't click, where interceptions changed the momentum, but we also saw flashes of potential. That's the story of a team learning and evolving, and every week brings a chance to reset and make things right. The running game is another critical piece of this puzzle. Establishing a consistent ground attack not only keeps defenses honest, but opens up the passing game in ways that can be game-changing. Ashton Gentry has shown glimpses of what he can do, moving the chains when it matters, while the offensive line has the chance to assert themselves and set the tone physically. When the line clicks, when the backfield flows, the Raiders' offense becomes a multidimensional threat that defenses struggle to contain. It's a rhythm that has to be found and maintained, especially against teams that have been vulnerable to the run, but can adjust quickly when they see success. Wide receivers are the next focus, and for the Raiders, there's no denying the impact of the top targets. Jacoby Myers has been the go-to guy, and his ability to find space in the intermediate routes is going to be crucial. When a quarterback trusts his receivers and executes with precision, the results can be spectacular. It's about reading the defense, making smart decisions, and maximizing every opportunity. Even if the tight ends are 100%, the scheme has to adapt and continue to feed the playmakers in positions where they can thrive. It's a chess match, and the Raiders have the pieces to execute when the game plan is dialed in. Quarterback performance is always under a microscope, and how Geno Smith responds after a challenging start will be one of the most fascinating storylines to watch. Week 1 may not have been perfect, with interceptions and missed opportunities, but there were also deep throws that reminded everyone of the upside he brings to this team. The key is consistency, the ability to take what the defense offers, and the discipline to stay in the rhythm of the game. Against a defense that can take away big plays but allows underneath options, it's about exploiting the soft spots and methodically moving the chains. Defensively, the Raiders have shown why they are a team to watch. Holding teams to low scores in early matchups has kept them competitive, and adjustments made mid-game have highlighted coaching brilliance. Patrick Graham has orchestrated a defense that can respond and adapt, making key stops when it counts. The defensive line, linebackers, and secondary all have roles that are interconnected. Pressure up front, disciplined gap control, and smart coverage decisions in the back end are what make this unit capable of changing games. Max Crosby, Thomas Booker, and the defensive tackles have to maintain their edge and set the tone, while the linebackers must control the intermediate space and prevent quick completions that extend drives. It's about playing smart, disciplined football while still being aggressive enough to make opponents uncomfortable. Cornerbacks and safeties also carry heavy responsibilities, particularly in a league where passing attacks are increasingly sophisticated. Covering top receivers, preventing deep threats, and ensuring that quarterbacks cannot consistently find easy completions are paramount. The Raiders have been effective in adjusting to these challenges, but it's a constant battle, requiring focus, preparation, and execution. Jeremy Chin, Eric Stokes, and the rest of the secondary have opportunities to shine, especially when matched against dynamic offensive weapons. It's a test of skill, anticipation, and mental toughness, and the Raiders have shown flashes of brilliance that suggest they are up to the task. Special teams, while often overlooked, play a subtle yet crucial role in every matchup. Field position, reliable kicking, and smart decision-making can swing momentum in ways that don't always show up on the stat sheet. Daniel Carlson has been a reliable presence, delivering key field goals that keep the team competitive. Meanwhile, the punting and return game need precision and confidence to create opportunities and set the offense up for success. It's a fine balance between aggression and prudence, and when executed properly, it can be the difference in close contests. Looking at the overall picture, the Raiders are a team with talent, potential, and a need for consistency. Offense, defense, and special teams all have areas to improve, but they also have key strengths that, when leveraged correctly, can make them a formidable opponent. Quarterback play, the running game, the receiving core, defensive front, linebackers, and secondary all contribute to a bigger picture. It's about how these elements interact under pressure that will determine the outcome of any game. The Raiders have shown they can compete at a high level. Now, it's about execution, focus, and seizing every opportunity on game day. The upcoming matchup is a test of all these elements. How the Raiders handle the quarterback position, whether the running game establishes dominance, how receivers execute against coverage, how the defense adjusts mid-game, and how special teams contribute all factor into a cohesive plan for success. The beauty of football is that it is ever-evolving, each game presenting new challenges and opportunities, and the Raiders have proven that they can rise to those moments when preparation meets execution. It's about confidence, strategy, and letting talent shine in the right moments. This team is hungry, motivated, and aware that every game counts. The AFC West may be wide open, but the Raiders know that success requires focus, discipline, and adaptability. Every player, every coach, and every decision on the field matters, and the next game will provide insight into how this group responds under pressure. For fans, it's an invitation to watch, analyze, and get invested in the ups and downs because this team has the potential to make waves, create memorable moments, and deliver football at a high level. Raider Nation thrives on that energy, that passion, and that unwavering commitment to seeing our team succeed against all odds. As we shift our focus to the heart of the action, the defensive side of the ball is where the Raiders have really made a statement so far this season. It's been the defense that has kept the team in striking distance, holding opponents to scores that give the offense a chance to find its rhythm. Early matchups have shown that this unit is not only capable of containing the big plays, but also of making adjustments mid-game that can completely change momentum. Patrick Graham's influence as defensive coordinator is evident, with schemes that challenge opposing quarterbacks and force mistakes. The front line sets the tone, and when Max Crosby and Thomas Booker generate pressure, it opens up opportunities for the linebackers and secondary to capitalize. Every tackle, every coverage decision, every blitz call plays into a larger strategy designed to frustrate offenses and create turnovers. The defensive line has been the engine of this unit, and watching how the tackles and ends interact can tell you a lot about how the game might unfold. Pressure up front disrupts timing and forces quarterbacks to make quicker decisions, often leading to mistakes. The Raiders have shown the ability to rotate players effectively, keeping fresh legs on the field while maintaining a high level of intensity. Whether it's a well-timed stunt or a one-on-one battle on the edge, these matchups matter, and the players who can consistently win, there's become game changers. At the linebacker level, Devin White, Jamal Adams, and Jermaine Pratt have been crucial. Adams, in particular, has been proving doubters wrong, showing an ability to impact every play and elevate the performance of those around him. Tackling in the open field, reading screens, and anticipating quarterback tendencies are all areas where this unit has excelled, and that will be tested again as the Raiders face more dynamic offenses. The secondary is where the Raiders have to be especially sharp. Covering top-tier receivers and preventing deep shots is a task that requires focus, discipline, and communication. Eric Stokes has been a standout, taking on some of the league's most talented receivers and making it difficult for quarterbacks to find easy completions. Kyle Blue Kelly, while not always flawless, has shown that he can hold his own in tight matchups, particularly against intermediate threats. Safeties like Jeremy Chin have to stay disciplined, keeping the defense from getting beat on long passes while also being ready to step up and support the run game. Every matchup is a chess game, and the Raiders have to be prepared to adjust on the fly, reading formations and anticipating routes to stay one step ahead. When the secondary executes well, it creates turnovers and short fields that can completely shift the rhythm of the game in the Raiders' favor. Special teams, though sometimes overlooked, remain a critical component of the overall strategy. Daniel Carlson has been a rock for the kicking game, converting key field goals under pressure and giving the offense a chance to stay competitive. Punt and kickoff coverage requires discipline and anticipation, and the Raiders need their returners to make smart decisions that set up field position while avoiding unnecessary risks. Every yard matters, and the way special teams handle these situations can have ripple effects across the entire game. A well-timed field goal, a strong punt, or a solid return can swing momentum and energize the team, making it a subtle but essential factor in the Raiders' formula for success. The offensive line, meanwhile, remains the backbone of the team's ability to execute. Colton Miller at left tackle has been dominant, and the presence of a reliable center and guards who can maintain cohesion in both pass protection and run blocking make a huge difference. When the line performs, it opens the door for both the running game and the passing attack, allowing quarterbacks to make plays downfield and backs to find lanes. It's about more than talent. It's about communication, chemistry, and playing with consistency across every snap. The Raiders' offensive line has the potential to dictate the pace of the game, and when they succeed, the entire offense benefits. Looking at the quarterbacks, Geno Smith's growth is something to watch closely. Week 1 may have had its challenges, but he has the tools to take the offense to new levels. It's about taking what the defense gives, staying poised under pressure, and making smart decisions with the football. Every completion, every drive, and every read contributes to building confidence and momentum. The receiving core, led by Jacoby Myers, plays a crucial role in giving him options and creating mismatches. Tight ends, whether Brock Bowers or Michael Mayer, add another layer of versatility that defenses have to account for, especially in the red zone. The Raiders' ability to use personnel creatively can force mismatches and put pressure on opponents to adjust on the fly. Defensively, the Raiders have shown they can adapt and make key plays when it counts. Linebackers need to secure tackles, corners need to shadow elite receivers, and safeties have to prevent big plays while supporting the run. The cohesion of this unit, combined with the ability to adjust mid-game, is what has kept the Raiders competitive in early matchups. Containing the quarterback, winning the line of scrimmage, and making tackles in space are all skills that are being tested every week, and this team has shown glimpses of excellence in each of these areas. Momentum swings in football often come from defense, and the Raiders' ability to stay disciplined and execute can turn games in their favor even when the offense struggles. The Raiders also have to be aware of tendencies and tendencies adjustments. Every team in the NFL studies film and tries to exploit weaknesses, so preparation and adaptability are essential. Offensive and defensive coordinators have to be in sync, players have to execute their assignments, and communication on the field has to be precise. When everything clicks, the Raiders can dominate time of possession, control the pace, and wear down opponents. Football at this level is about small margins, and the Raiders have shown they can compete in tight situations, relying on discipline, preparation, and execution to tip the scales. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers in the NFL world have suddenly turned into an electrifying rumor. Higgins, the Cincinnati Bengals' star wide receiver, could be trading his familiar orange and black for the black and silver of the Las Vegas Raiders. Sources close to the league hint that discussions are already underway, and while nothing has been officially confirmed, the idea alone is sending shockwaves through the football community. Higgins has been a cornerstone of the Bengals' offense, known for his precise route running and ability to make contested catches in the clutch. Yet, despite his success in Cincinnati, murmurs suggest he's looking for a new challenge, perhaps a fresh environment where he can carve out an even bigger role. The Raiders, hungry for explosive playmakers to revitalize their offense, seem like a perfect landing spot. Imagine Higgins stretching the field alongside the likes of Davante Adams, bringing a combination of youth, size, and skill that could make Las Vegas a serious contender in the AFC. Fans are already buzzing on social media, debating how Higgins' presence could change the Raiders' offensive dynamic. Could this move be the missing piece for a team that has flirted with playoff glory but never fully cemented its identity? Analysts speculate that the pairing of Higgins' deep threat ability with the Raiders' aggressive scheme could force defenses to rethink their entire approach. Meanwhile, Bengals supporters are nervously watching, wondering if losing Higgins could leave a significant void in Joe Burrow's arsenal. While the official announcement hasn't come, the mere rumor has set the NFL rumor mill ablaze. Vegas insiders suggest that the Raiders' front office has been quietly in contact with Higgins' representatives, exploring ways to make the deal happen. If this materializes, it would be one of the most talked-about moves of the offseason, redefining the balance of power in the AFC and creating instant intrigue around the Raiders' 2025 campaign. For now, fans can only speculate, but one thing is certain. Wherever T. Higgins lands, the NFL world will be watching. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.